Hey everybody, Palm Springs Cindy, and I am here in my bedroom. I was just sort of thinking about a different place to video from, and I thought, well, it might be kind of easy. It's evening, and I just pulled my blinds and brought my ring light in here. So anyway, it'll be a little bit different backdrop for you guys. Well, I'm not sure what got me thinking about this, but I want to share my thoughts with you. I'm sitting on the bench at the end of my bed, and it's wiggle wobbly because Poppy always jumps on my bench and then onto the bed. So she's got the screws loose, so to speak. And I have both dogs here. I have May, my daughter's dog, and I have Poppy. So anyway, they're circling around me like sharks. I was listening to the radio, or I don't know, maybe I read something, but I was reminded. And then I recently had my hair colored, and the gal that does my hair is trans, and so she has talked to me about how expensive it is. She said I had no idea how expensive it was to be a woman. I was like, yeah. So anyway, I started thinking about the expensiveness, the hidden side of being a woman. So I have about 8 categories I'm going to share with you guys, and I'm hoping that then as I talk, you guys will go, yep, that's right. It's exactly how I feel, exactly, I get that part. So, okay, the first thing, these are expenses that women have that most men don't have. Now, as I go through some of the topics, I will say, now that applies to men and women, but for the most part, these are expenses, hidden expenses that men don't realize that women are paying for just by being a woman. And so one of the first categories I came up with was makeup. Now, I don't know about you, but I have purchased expensive makeup and I've purchased less expensive makeup. I kind of, once in a while, I might hear about some fabulous foundation and I'll splurge and I'll buy it. But for the most part, I really do get my makeup at like Walgreens or places like that. They usually have a plethora of brands and plenty in stock. So, and the prices are much better than like going to Saks, Fifth Avenue, or something, a big department store. Think about the makeup. And I'm not going to get into specific, like some real extravagant type makeup. I'm really sticking to the basics. So just in makeup alone, think about our foundation. Most all women will wear foundation, excuse me, especially as we get older. Blush, mascara, lipstick, eyeliners. Okay, that does not include shimmers, and it doesn't include lip pencil, and it does not include, concealer. Well, I think we all probably wear concealer at this time in our lives. So, and how much is foundation and blush and mascara? Those all add up, and there's something that we always have to have, like in our toolkit as women. Usually we have a couple sets, one in the bathroom, one in our purses. Most of us have more than one bottle of foundation or one tube of lipstick. So, those things really start adding up. And that's something that men don't use, at least most men. Okay, another topic that we spend a lot of money on that men don't is like face complexion care. I've got on my little list here, like lotions and creams. We think in terms of, nowadays we think in terms of, does a face cream have retinol in it? Does it have hyaluronic acid in it? Do I need a moisturizer with vitamin C? Is this an anti-wrinkle cream? Not to mention just regular body lotion and sunscreen. Those are, those are pretty much basics. We do use face creams. Face creams are expensive, and because we use them probably a couple times a day, there's something that that, we go through. So we need to replenish. And they are not inexpensive. Not to mention if you wear false eyelashes, those are expensive. So it all adds up. Okay, here we go. Here we go with hair. All right, women's haircuts are much more expensive than men's. And, women, I think on the average, we color our hair, we color our roots, we condition our hair. As we get older, we need to do these kinds of things more and more often. When you're young, your hair isn't turning gray, so you don't need to be coloring your hair, but, you still want to condition it and keep it healthy. So think about your color, your cut, your hot irons, your blow dryers, your styling products, your hairsprays, your anti-frizz, your cream rinse, your shampoos. And then if you wear hair pieces, wigs, toppers, party ponytails, these are things that most men, how many men do we know use a curling iron or electric curlers, something like that? So those are expenses that women have that men do not. Okay, I'm thinking in terms of, now this is category 4, grooming. Now, yes, men groom, but we need to get our nails done, mani, pedis. If you get acrylics, that's getting very expensive. Tweezers, scissors. If you don't get your nails done, then, just having your own cuticle remover, polish remover, the cutlery needed to do your nails, the emery boards, the nail polish, things like that are supplies that men do not go out and buy for themselves. That's not an expense that men have. Okay, this is category 5. Think about women our age especially. Like our underwear is really nowadays more shapewear. And shapewear is expensive. If you can buy a pair of panties and it can be $20 or more for one pair of really nice ones. And if it has any kind of shapewear in it, it's even more expensive. Bras are more expensive. Like in the olden days, think of the money we spent on pantyhose and stockings, girdles. It's crazy. And the feminine part of like sanitary napkins, keeping that whole birth control pills, that whole part of femininity and womanhood is something that men don't. It's an expense that only women have. All right. Category 6, clothing. Now, of course, men wear clothes too. Not denying that. But women, our shoes, we seem to have more and want a greater variety. We want several pair of shoes. We want a couple handbags. Our clothes, we want a variety, things for warmer weather, cooler weather, but mostly, and not to mention the accessories that go with our clothing, scarves, hats, even jewelry, like if you want to buy yourself a pair of earrings or a pin or a bracelet or something, those are items that, men usually aren't buying themselves earrings or a little brooch or a pretty bracelet. Not that they don't wear jewelry, but for a woman, it's more of a staple. All right, then not to mention this is the last category. Now I know many of you are going to write to me and say, well, I don't do that, but many of us do. So what about Botox and fillers and, waxing and facials? Those are, Botox is like $500, at least here in Southern California. And fillers, I haven't had fillers in a long time, but, they're hundreds of dollars. A good facial where they do extractions and they put the oxygen on your face, and a really good facial is like $150, I think. So it is expensive to be a woman. And these are items that most men don't have to purchase. Now, sometimes, you know that I've been single and I've been dating. And like if I have had a date and I think, typical get ready with me moment would be, showering, shaving, getting out of the washing my hair, okay, getting out of the shower, putting special conditioner on my hair, then leaving conditioner. Then I would blow my hair dry. I would put it in those big Velcro curlers to give it some shape while I apply my makeup. I would put foundation. If it's an evening date, I would probably put on false eyelashes, concealer, do your eyes, do your face, do your mouth, your lips, your lipstick, and so on. After that, take your hair out, style your hair, then be thinking, what am I going to wear? Which shoes go with that? Which handbag goes with that? Thinking in terms of if I'm going to be meeting a gentleman that night for dinner, you want to look your best. You want to put your best foot forward. And, compare that to the man who probably showers, may not even blow his hair dry at all, just let it air dry, especially if the man is a mature man. Put on a shirt, pants, shoes, out the door. They don't have to think about bringing their handbag or which shoes should they wear, which shoes matches that outfit. They don't have to think in terms of curling irons and blow dryers and Velcro curlers and hairspray and extra special conditioner. So there is then we meet for a date, and yes, I do think the man should be paying for that. So there is a hidden side, I believe, to being a woman, a hidden moment in time where a woman primps and pauses and applies and thinks about, colors and coordinating outfits and pulling looks together and accessorizing, keeping their hair cut and styled. It's just, I think it's a lot more work to be the peacock in the relationship, so to speak. So anyway, I was just thinking about that, and I food for thought. It's just my conversation with you ladies tonight, that there is a price tag. And yes, there are many women out there that, they're not into lipstick but maybe chapstick, maybe, certainly sunscreens and face lotions, certainly shampoos and conditioners, possibly like a little stud earring or something. So, as a woman, we do have expenses that men don't really have. So I guess I'm going to say, think about that. Just think about that, ladies. And with that, I think I'm going to say, P.S. I love you. Mwah. Until our next conversation. Bye-bye.